Now we are going to start with the next topic, which is the method of electrical images. So this is the new topic and you might not have done it in your plus 2 class. So in this topic we are going to see what if we have an infinite conducting sheet, and some sort of charge is placed in front of that particular sheet. So this is a conducting surface which is shown over here, and this conducting sheet is grounded, means the potential on every point on this surface is equal to 0, and plus q charge is placed at some distance from this conducting surface. So when some charge is placed in front of a conducting sheet, so this is a conductor. So in that case we know equal and opposite charge will get induced on the conductor. So if plus q charge is placed at a distance of, let's say at a distance of small d, then minus q charge will get induced on the conducting sheet. Now we want to find out what is the electric field and electric potential at any point in space due to this system. So let's say we want to find the electric field at this point P and electric potential at the same point due to this whole system. So what is the system? We have a plus q charge and minus q charge is induced on the conducting surface. So let's say minus q charge will be induced in this manner on the conducting surface. So this plus q charge, let's say it is placed at a distance of d, and let's consider this axis to be the x-axis. So the coordinates of plus q charge will be equal to d, 0, 0. So sheet is lying in the yz plane. So we are considering this as the x-axis and this will be the y-axis, and the axis which is coming out of the paper, that will be the z-axis. So sheet is lying in the yz plane and charge q is placed at coordinates which are d, 0, 0. Now this whole system, how to solve the electric potential and electric field at a point due to this system. So to solve the electric field and electric potential due to this kind of system, we replace this system with another equivalent system. So what do we replace it with? So the plus q charge remains as it is, the origin remains as it is. Now instead of a conducting surface, so the conducting surface had a charge of minus q which was induced due to the plus q charge. So this conducting surface is no more drawn over here in the second picture, but instead minus q charge is drawn. So here minus q charge was induced on the conducting surface. So this sheet will be replaced by minus q charge, but that minus q charge will be placed at equal and opposite distance from the origin. So the minus q charge which was induced on some area of the conducting surface, so that minus q charge must be placed at equal and opposite distance from the plus q charge. So if the coordinates of plus q charge were d, 0, 0, now the coordinates of minus q charge, they are minus d, 0, 0. So this is the equivalent system to this kind of system where we have a plus q charge and a conducting sheet. So if we have plus q charge and we have a conducting sheet, we replace this whole system by two charges. The plus q charge remains as it is. So it was placed at d, 0, 0, so its position will remain as it is, but now the minus q charge must be placed. So if we have to remove this sheet, so it must be replaced by minus q charge, that should be placed at equal and opposite distance. So it is placed at minus d, 0, 0. So when you will replace the sheet by minus q charge and place it at another point, at minus d comma 0 comma 0, then the whole conditions will remain the same. So this will be an equivalent system. And how it will be an equivalent system? Now the sheet is grounded. We already know the sheet is grounded, conducting sheet. So potential at every point on the conductor will be equal to 0. So the sheet is placed in the YZ plane. Sheet is placed in the YZ plane. So therefore at every point on the conducting sheet, since it is grounded, the potential will be equal to 0. So at every point on the YZ plane, the potential must be equal to 0. So if you are placing the charge at the origin, if you are placing minus q charge at the origin, then if you will calculate the potential on the YZ plane, you will see that potential will not be equal to 0. Whereas if we have placed minus q charge at this point and plus q charge is at its same position, d comma 0 comma 0, and now if you will calculate the potential on the YZ plane. So let's say if you are calculating at this point potential, so this point is at an equal distance from minus q and plus q charge. So therefore potential at this point will be equal to 0. And similarly potential at every point on the YZ plane will be equal to 0. And therefore we have placed this minus q charge over here so as to replace this conducting surface. So if we are replacing this system with another system, then the conditions must be, the basic conditions must be satisfied. So the basic condition is that potential at every point on the conductor is 0 in the first figure, and it must be 0 in the second case also. So therefore we can replace this first system with the second one, and over here minus q charge is called as the electric image of plus q charge. So in the whole system in this case, so in such case whole system is equivalent to plus q at d comma 0 comma 0. So plus q remains as it is, and minus q at minus d comma 0 comma 0. So minus q now is called as the electrical image and plus q is called as the real charge. So plus q is the real charge and this minus q charge is a hypothetical charge. It is just imagined. So it is an imaginary charge or a virtual charge. So in actual there is no minus q charge placed at this point. Just to solve electric field and electric potential, so just to find out the electric field and electric potential at a point, let's say at this point, we replace this whole system by this equivalent system. So now to solve electric field and electric potential in this case, the method that we have adopted, that we have replaced this system by the two equal and opposite charges. So this method is called as method of electrical images. So we have drawn an electrical image of the real charge plus q. And also keep in mind that the method of images is applied only in the region where plus q charge is placed. So this is the YZ plane, this is the x-axis and this is the negative x-axis. So this region is the region of x greater than 0. So this whole region on the right hand side of the conducting sheet, because this conducting sheet is infinite. So the right hand side of the conducting sheet is x greater than 0. Any point on the right hand side of the sheet will have x greater than 0 and any point on the left hand side of the sheet will have x less than 0. But this method of electrical images is used to find out electric field and electric potential. It is applied only in the regions of x greater than 0 where real charge is present. So this method is not applied to find out the electric field and electric potential where the virtual charge is present. So there is no virtual charge, there is no actually there is no charge present on the left hand side. This charge has been placed just to solve the electric field and electric potential. In actual, how the electric field lines look like. So here is some negative charge which is induced on the conducting sheet, and this is the plus Q charge. So the electric field lines in actual, they look like they start from the plus Q charge, positive charge, and they end up at the negative charge. Similarly, the other electric field lines, they will be having this form. So they will be starting from the plus Q charge and they will be ending at the minus Q charge. So this minus Q charge is induced in some particular region of the conducting surface. And as you can see, there is no electric field line on the left hand side. So therefore this system is not applied to find out the electric field and electric potential on the left hand side, or you can say the region where no real charge is present. So now we are going to find out the electric field intensity. Let's say at this point. So with this point, we already know at this point x will be greater than 0. So we have placed this point, observation point, where x is greater than 0. So now we want to find out electric field intensity at this point, at P point. Now this distance, this vector will be equal to di vector, di cap. So this vector from origin to the plus Q charge will be denoted by d, which is the magnitude, because its distance of the plus Q charge from the origin is equal to d. So the vector will be given by, position vector of plus Q charge will be given by di cap, because it is along positive x-axis. And let's say this observation point is placed at a distance of r, from the origin, and let's say this OP vector, which is the position vector of the observation point, is equal to r vector. So now we are going to find electric field intensity at P point. So to find out the electric field intensity, we will find out the electric field due to plus Q charge at P point, and we will find out the electric field due to minus Q charge at the same observation point P. And then we will do its vector addition, and the final result we will get is the net electric field at P point. So now we are going to find out the electric field intensity at P due to plus Q charge. So electric field intensity is given by, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. The charge which we are talking about, let's say it is Q charge, divided by r square, which is the distance of the observation point from the charge Q, into r cap. So this is how we write the formula of electric field, and this formula can also be written in another form, which is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into Q divided by, if we multiply by r and divide by r on the numerator and the denominator, we will get r into r cap, and r into r cap is nothing but r vector, and r into r square will be r cube. So this is another form of electric field, and we will be using this form over here. So the electric field at P point due to the positive charge, due to the plus Q charge, will be equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into the charge, now charge is plus Q, divided by r cube. R is the distance of the observation point from the source charge. So this is the observation point, this is the source charge. So what is the distance? So this is r vector, and this is di cap vector. So what will be the vector from the source charge to the observation point? So what will be this vector? It will be equal to r vector minus di cap. So using triangle of vector addition, we can find out this vector from the source charge to the observation point, and that will be r vector minus di cap. So this is the vector, so this is in vector form, but in the denominator we have to find out the magnitude, and then we will do its cube. So we will find its magnitude, and magnitude is written in the bars. So we will write the bars, and r vector minus di cap and its cube. So we have done the cube of the magnitude of r vector minus di cap into the vector itself, and vector itself is r vector minus di cap. Similarly, we can find out the electric field due to the minus Q charge. Now to find out the electric field at P point due to minus q charge. So what is the position vector of minus q charge? It is now in the opposite direction. The magnitude will remain the same because it is at minus q is at equal distance from the origin but in the opposite direction. So this vector will be equal to minus d I cap. And to find out the electric field, we must know the distance between the source charge and the observation point. So we must know this vector from the source charge to the observation point. So this was the r vector. The position vector of the observation point was r vector and this vector is minus d I cap. So using triangle of vector addition, if you will find this third vector, that will come out to be equal to r vector plus d I cap. So you will get r vector minus of minus d I cap, that will be r vector plus d I cap. So electric field at P point due to the negative charge will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into the source charge, which is minus q, divided by cube of the magnitude of the vector from the source charge to the observation point, and that is r vector plus d I cap into the vector itself, r vector plus d I cap. So this is the electric field. First equation gives us the electric field due to the plus q, which is the real charge, and this equation it gives us the electric field due to the virtual charge minus q. Now to find out the net electric field at P point, we will just do the vector addition of these two electric fields. So total electric field at P point will be given by the vector addition of the two electric fields, first due to the real charge and another due to the virtual charge. So electric field comes out to be equal to the net electric field at the observation point. It will come out to be equal to E plus vector plus of the electric field due to negative charge, and we can see that the Q is common in both the terms, divided by 4 pi epsilon naught is also common in both the terms, and inside the bracket you will get r vector minus d I cap divided by cube of the magnitude of r vector minus d I cap minus r vector plus d I cap. Now this minus sign comes from the minus q, which was in the second term, divided by cube of the magnitude of r vector plus d I cap. So now we are going to solve the term which is in the brackets. So r vector was the position vector of observation point, and r vector can be written in its component form. So we can write it as xi cap plus yj cap plus zk cap. So we are considering over here the observation point P is having any coordinates x, y, z. So position vector of the observation point will be xi cap plus yj cap plus zk cap due to these coordinates, and capital O is the origin of the coordinate system. So now we are going to put this expression of r vector in this whole expression of electric field. So electric field come out to be equal to q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught. Instead of r vector we will write xi cap plus yj cap plus zk cap, and we have minus di cap. So minus di cap will remain as it is, and minus di cap will be clubbed with the xi cap. So here we have xi cap, and when you will insert this expression of r vector over here, so you will get xi cap plus yj cap plus zk cap minus di cap. So xi cap and minus di cap, they can be clubbed, so we can write it as x minus di cap plus yj cap plus zk cap, and divide by, we have to do its cube of the magnitude of this vector. So magnitude of this vector will be equal to, so you just have to find out the magnitude of the numerator. So here also we have done the magnitude of the numerator. So numerator was r vector minus di cap. So in the denominator we have magnitude of the numerator, and then we will do its cube. So in the similar manner we have this vector in the numerator, we will take out its magnitude. So magnitude is nothing but x minus d whole square plus y square plus z square power 1 by 2. So here we have x component, y component, z component. So how do we find the magnitude? Magnitude is found out x minus d whole square plus y square plus z square power 1 by 2. That will be the magnitude of the vector which is in the numerator. But we also have cube, so we will get 3 by 2 in the denominator. So 1 by 2 comes from the magnitude factor and cube comes from this factor which is already over there. Minus of this fraction, so here also we will put r vector as xi cap yj cap plus zk cap. So xi cap will club with plus di cap. So here in the first term we got x minus d. Now in the second term we will get x plus di cap plus yj cap plus zk cap. They will remain as it is. Divide by magnitude. Now we have to find its magnitude. That will be x plus d whole square plus y square plus z square power 1 by 2, and the cube will remain as it is. So we will get 3 by 2. Now this is the resultant equation of the electric field intensity at a point P whose coordinates are x, y and z with respect to the origin. So if you are given in exam, if you are given any point, let's say 1, 2, 3, and you are given plus q charge which is placed in front of a conducting sheet which is grounded. So in that case, if you are asked to find out the electric field at a point 1, 2, 3, so in that case you will just insert x, y and z in this formula and you will get the final result of electric field intensity at the point 1, 2, 3 which is asked in the numerical. So you will directly use this formula. Now if you are asked to find out, the special case is when x is equal to 0. When x is equal to 0. Now x is equal to 0. So when x is equal to 0, we will get the points on the conducting sheet. So we are talking about the observation point when it is placed on the conducting sheet. So in that case x will be equal to 0 because conducting sheet or the conductor, it is placed in the YZ plane as we have already done. The conducting sheet is placed in the YZ plane. So here is the conducting sheet. So this is the x-axis, y-axis, z-axis. So if x is equal to 0, so let's say if you're talking about any point on the conducting sheet, so sheet is placed in the YZ plane, so x will be equal to 0. So what will be the electric field at the observation point which is placed on the conducting sheet? So in that case you will just insert x is equal to 0 in this above equation. So electric field will come out to be equal to q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into minus di cap plus yj cap plus zk cap divide by, you will get x is equal to 0 when you will insert, you will get d square plus y square plus z square power 3 by 2 minus second term. So x is going to be equal to 0. So di cap plus yj cap plus zk cap will remain, divide by d square plus y square plus z square power 3 by 2. So as you can see, denominator is same over here. So we will just club these two terms and you will get q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into minus di cap plus yj cap plus zk cap minus of di cap minus of yj cap minus of zk cap whole divided by the denominator which is d square plus y square plus z square power 3 by 2. So zk cap will cancel, yj cap will cancel, and you will be just left with minus of, so here you will get minus di cap, so that will be minus of twice of di cap. So minus will be taken with 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, you will get minus of 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, q remains as it is into twice of d, will remain as it is, divide by d square plus y square plus z square power 3 by 2. So this is the expression of electric field. This is the expression of electric field at the observation point which is placed on the surface of the conducting sheet. So at the observation point P, now x will be equal to 0, but we can have non-zero y and z because the sheet is placed in the yz plane. So the values that you are given in the numerical, if you are given 1, 2, that is if you are given 0, 1, 2, so you can insert these values over here of y and z, and the value of d will already be given to you in the numerical. So you know q, value of q, then the value of d, and y and z can be found out from the coordinates of the observation point. So then you will get the electric field at that particular point which is on the conducting sheet. Now we are going to find out the expression of electric potential. So here we just found out the expression of electric field at point due to the charge and a conducting sheet. So now we are going to find out the expression of electric potential. To find out the electric potential at the same observation point, so the coordinates of the observation point are, let's say, x, y, z. So we know that the distance of the vector from the source charge plus q to the observation point P is given by r vector minus d I cap. So this we have already seen in the previous article, and the vector from the minus q charge to the observation point is given by r vector plus d I cap. So how do we find potential? Potential is found out by the formula of 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, the source charge which we are talking about, divided by the distance of the source charge from the observation point. So let's say the distance is r. So in the denominator we have magnitude of the vector. So magnitude of the vector from the source charge to the observation point. So here we have the magnitude. Now to find out the potential at P point, first of all we are going to find out potential due to plus q charge at P point, and then we are going to find out the potential due to minus q charge at the same observation point P, and then we will just do simple addition because potential is a scalar quantity in contrast with the electric field which is a vector quantity. So there we have to do the vector addition, and here we can just do the simple addition that will give us the net potential at the observation point P. So what will be the potential due to plus q charge at observation point P? So that will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, will remain as it is. Now the source charge is plus q, instead of small q we will have plus q, divided by the distance of the observation point from the source charge. Now the vector from the source charge to the observation point is given by this vector. So magnitude of this vector will give us the distance. It will give us the distance of the observation point from plus q. So the magnitude of r vector minus d I cap will be written in the denominator. And similarly, the potential due to minus q charge will be written as 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into minus q divided by r vector plus d I cap. So this is the potential due to minus q charge. Now the net potential at the observation point will be just equal to simple addition, and when you will do it simple addition, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught and q will be common in both the terms. So q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught can be taken outside the bracket, and you will get 1 by r vector minus d I cap magnitude minus of 1 by r vector plus d I cap. So this minus sign, it comes from this minus q. So we are doing the simple addition of these two terms. So similarly you can again solve the denominator. So in the denominator you will insert r vector as xi cap plus yj cap plus zk cap, and then you will find its magnitude, and similarly you will find the magnitude of this term. So on solving that you will get the final expression of potential. So you will solve that step by yourself. You will just insert r vector as xi cap y plus yj cap plus zk cap. Then you will club this minus d I cap with xi cap, and then you will find out the magnitude. And similarly you will find out magnitude in this second case, and then you will do the special case in which x is equal to 0. So as we have found out the electric field at a point which is placed on the surface of the conducting sheet means when x is equal to 0, the potential came out to be of this form. Similarly, in the case of potential, the electric field, it came out to be of this form. Now in the case of potential, again we are going to insert x is equal to 0. So first of all, you are going to solve the net potential by putting r vector is equal to xi cap plus yj cap plus zk cap, and after solving that you will insert x is equal to 0. So on inserting x is equal to 0 in the final expression of potential, what you will get is you will get the potential at any point on the surface of the conductor will be equal to 0. So when you will insert x is equal to 0, in the final expression you will get the net potential will be equal to 0, and this is satisfying the case that we have already assumed that the conductor is grounded, and at every point on the conductor the potential must be equal to 0, and using the method of images we have found that the potential remains equal to 0.